Every rapper record label fails. Dum dum dum. Personally, fool, I already know the answer to this question. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even gotta do too much talking. As me, fool, I got my own record label. I have my own business, and I'm still currently signed to a record label, but I'm getting independent from that fool. Cause I realize I could do everything I need and want to do by myself, fool. And it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got the game in the bag. This is a very interesting topic for me, fool. Unless a record label, fool, is trying to invest a bag into you, fool, for to obviously recoup and make more money off of you, fool, you shouldn't take no deal, fool. Now quality, I say the quality of music is a thing, and for sure, fool, you gotta know the business side. Having someone to record for and being able to profit off of the beat you're making a song off of, for that's it. And knowing how to market for and put yourself out there. But for social media, so grand nowadays, for all you gotta do is be consistent on that. The ones that want it for is gonna be the ones that shine, as to oppose the ones that think they can just do it when they want to. Gonna be the ones that think signing to a label for is that business period for, and especially real money in business for, you want to deal with as little people as possible. I promise, fool. Y'all take my word for it, and learn yourself, fool. But you want to deal with as little people as possible when it comes to your money and your business, my boy. Okay?
Honestly, if Kanye West offered me a record deal right now, I would not sign it. Same goes with Travis Scott's Cactus Jack label and also Playboi Carti's Opium. As extremely tempting as it would be to sign with your favorite rapper, as we're about to see, this is one of the worst mistakes an up-and-coming artist can make. While it's true that you do receive an instant boost of clout simply by attaching your name to an established star, not only is that shadow often too much to outrun though, but then like Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely who literally sing, it's easy to get trapped inside that box.
For another artist to give an artist a shot and see that artist get as big or bigger can be tough. A lot of people wouldn't be able to handle that. A lot of people who have artists signed can't handle that.
Today we're seeing more and more rappers start their own record labels, including some you would have never guessed. However, all of them seem to be doomed from the start.
I never knew Wiz Khalifa had a record label.
The real reason why a rapper starts their own record label is simple. After seeing firsthand how labels operate, and more specifically the potential money in them, here in 2023 we've now seen countless artists enter the business themselves. From some of the earliest rapper-owned labels such as Stsy Ruthless Records in 1987, Ice Cube's Lunch Mob, 50 Cent's G-Unit and Shady Records, Lil Wayne's iconic Young Money, Ludacris's Disturbing the Peace, which interestingly enough destroyed Lonely's dad I-20 song to then more recent ones like Kanye West, Good Music Label, the Creators of Future, Kendrick Lamar's PG Lane, Rick Ross's Double MG, Wiz Khalifa's Taylor Gang, and Young Thug's Young Stoner Life Records.
That's my brother. He signed to me, but label. It's not even about the signature. It's my real brother.
Today it feels like every at least semi-popular rapper has other artists signed under them. Pull OG's Capilot Records, French Montana's Coke Boys, Westside Gunn's Griselda Records, DaBaby's Billion Dollar Baby Entertainment, and Rich the Kid's Rich Forever Music, to name a few.
Hey man, your boss ain't treating you right, your CEO ain't treating you right, man, come over to Rich Forever Music.
Now, while you may be thinking that some of those labels I named are rather successful, such as Young Thug's YSL, besides Young Thug and Gunna though, how many of these other 13 artists have you really heard of or listened to outside of maybe a feature? The same goes with Gucci Mane's 1017 Records, Chief Keef's Glow Gang, but we'll get more into that in a second. However, this is where it can start to get a little confusing. Most times these rapper-owned record labels are imprints of a separate major label and they don't typically handle distribution of the music. For example, Kanye's Good Music label was an imprint of Def Jam, YSL is an imprint of 300 Entertainment, and J. Cole's Dreamville is Interscope. But then over at Travis Scott's label, you have someone like Sheck West, who is signed to a joint deal between both Good Music and Cactus Jack, along with distribution through Interscope. Although Don Toliver's signed to Cactus Jack too, but his distribution is through Atlantic. Or another example, Lil Wayne's Young Money is an imprint of Cash Money Records, but distributed through Republic. Like I said, it can kinda get confusing to the point where some rappers don't even know they're signed to multiple labels.
All I know is Cash Money West and Whack 100. You gotta ask Whack about the other people involved.
So Blueface is signed to Cash Money West.
Nah, I seen it, but
Yeah,
Wack
so
showed me.
Birdman lit. So Birdman lit. Wack 100. So
Simply, almost every artist-led record label
Wack
is either
100
owned
is
or working in partnership
Birdman's
with another
Cash
label,
Money
and the amount of
West
actual
Coast
involvement these stars
increment.
play in the careers of those they sign definitely differs depending on where you look. The way I see it, though, signing another rapper is like the ultimate cosign an artist can give. However, despite these stars' initial goal to basically take you in and show you the path to be successful too with what seems like a dream opportunity, that is very rarely how we see it go down. Since the day that Designer first signed to Kanye West in 2016, his career was never the same again. After, as he describes, an 11-label bidding war following the success of his smash hit Panda, all it took was one phone call from Kanye for his mind to be made.
Everything kind of like blacked out. Once I heard him saying he called, I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm like, word, because I'm so moving in like the moment. I'm like, yo, I just been through like 11 labels, it's late at night too, so I'm like, yo,
at least make you a priority.
I bet.
As I mentioned before, it would be one of the hardest things in the world to turn down an offer from Kanye West, or Lil Wayne, or Travis Scott, etc. Especially when they're your inspiration for music, and when a lot of these guys who sign are typically pretty young and don't come from much.
He's recording Carter 3, so I'm just in the sauce right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nigga signed to Kanye.
Was like, you know, you gotta sign. You wanna get on? He's like, this gonna be the single. I was like, all right, cool. So I signed. I didn't even think about it. I didn't think twice.
However, just over 2 years later, Designer would prove to us one of the biggest reasons why you shouldn't sign with these rappers, as he would go from calling Kanye West his idol to then soon calling him absolutely crazy.
I signed to Kanye West, the biggest nigga. That nigga's still in the world. Y'all niggas think he's the genius. Y'all niggas think all that nigga shit. For me, nigga, that nigga's crazy, nigga.
Free me from this label, Designer tweeted back in 2019 after claiming that good music wasn't promoting or letting him drop music. It's not me, I'm doing what I can. I am not rich forever, they trying to hold us in bum-ass deals. Jay Critch posted after signing to Rich the Kid's label, dudes be your brother until the business come up, then it's all this lawyer talk and contract shit. The moment you sign to any record label though, you are signing away control and management of your career. But now here with these artist-led labels, you are also adding an additional layer to the process. And we all know how indecisive rappers can be, especially Playboi Carti and Kanye West.
I need to get rid of good music, because I'm great. And guess what? Good is the enemy of great.
You want to deal with as little people as possible for when you win this shit.
What the fuck I'm doing giving that Daytona album to
like,
fool. What the fuck
I'm
doing,
that shit. Oh, God.
Yes, you do
I'm
receive
doing
some
all this
instant
shit
clout just for associating with them. Being known as the guy who signed to so-and-so can often cast too big of a shadow to outweigh.
I'm over there
Like Drake
getting
said
the
in the
views
beginning, a
and
lot of
shit.
rappers wouldn't be able to handle seeing someone they signed get bigger than that. Most of their egos couldn't take it. It's very easy for fans to label a guy like Stunner for Vegas at $1 Billion Baby, for example, as the baby's sidekick. Whereas you'll often hear people say Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely are, quote, Playboi Carti's kids. Some fans also argue that Yeet should have signed with Playboi Carti's Opium too, but honestly I disagree. I really don't think Yeet would be as big as he is right now, headlining these shows and pulling these massive numbers if he had joined Carti's name. After grinding independently for years, Yeet signed his first record deal back in 2021 with Zach Via's Field Trip Records in partnership with Geffen Records, which is owned by Universal and home to other huge stars such as Olivia Rodrigo, and together they've done a perfect job of managing his career. However, Yeet is another interesting case and actually demonstrates the next big problem with these rapper-owned labels. Back in 2021, Yeet would also launch his own record label, initially named Twizzy Rich Entertainment. But despite only including fellow rappers September's Rich and a few producers, it wasn't long before drama split yet another label apart. As an established artist, when you sign a new rapper, you are risking the chance that something happens to them, which will now also affect you. And although they'd been best friends, it started to feel like from our outside perspective that September's Rich got jealous of his homie's success and kind of became a burden. From being accused of scamming fans online to then getting booed off stage when opening for Yeet, September's Rich quickly became a bad look for Yeet's brand.
Private investment first. They don't even give a fuck about music, so they just
But we've also seen so many other cases of this happen too, such as Gucci Mane's former artist Baby Rex becoming the first rapper to ever get signed and dropped in the same day. After he got canceled for this tweet following Takeoff's death, we saw Travis Scott receive a lot of the blame after his new artist Sofago's debut album flopped, and for the way he's been handled. The whole Gunna snitching rumors have kinda left YSL up in the air for the time being, as well as then you get someone like 88 Camino of 88 Glam, who after being dropped by the Weeknd's EXO record label for SA allegations, then tries whatever they can to publicly bring down your label.
Wait, hold on. first time I ever had a
This nigga
rewind
makes,
video if I got
makes
around it.
500 M's a year, and he can't give his nigga one song. I'm like, Abel signed me, he didn't even give me a feature.
That right there is also a tough decision for these rappers. We see some artists such as Drake give his OVO sound signees features to immediately boost their careers early on. Some, such as Sofego, seem to be trying to establish themselves solo and play the long game, or most commonly you'll see these labels go the route of releasing compilation projects that feature everybody on their roster. At the same time though, as an artist, once you sign to a big rapper's label, your career is now also affected by what happens to them as well. Unfortunate incidents such as the Astro World Festival put a wrinkle in all of Cactus Jack artists' plans. Gucci Mane was forced to drop the Migos from his label when he went to jail, and Kanye West, you never know what he's gonna get into next. I wish Kanye was more involved in my career, said Check West, who I actually covered in my last video. I don't know what the f*** he's getting into. I'm putting in 110% and my label is giving me, what, 10% of that? Former Good Music artist Tiana Taylor stated. I feel underappreciated. Shit is being said today that is beyond disappointing. Pusha T told XXL as he announced he was stepping down as Good Music president following one of Kanye's recent rants.
I didn't really get to speak to Kanye as much and shit. And then he wound up going Christian route and then the Trump route and shit. I was just like, I just gotta get my situation right, you know what I mean?
For every big name artist you know of at one of these rapper-owned record labels, there's probably at least 5 to 10 other guys you've never heard of that have been signed for years. Like, despite finding absolute gold in Drake and Nicki Minaj, what about the other 20-plus artists who are once signed to Young Money too? Besides King Von, who else has really made any noise from Lil Durk's OTF? Or again, nobody on Chief Keef's Squirrel Gang has even come close to breaking into the mainstream. The truth is though, that's how every record label works if we're being honest. You look at any major label and you'll see that the majority of their roster isn't even popping, but then they'll have a few big stars to make up for it. These rapper-owned labels are still record labels, and as we know, a lot of luck goes into making it in the music industry. Plus, they're gonna have problems too, like all the major labels have. The big difference is we just don't hear about every single miss like we do with Cactus Jack, for example. Some fans argue that Travis Scott has ruined Sofego's career, but really his association with Travis has been what's helped land him these big opportunities, such as performing at Jimmy Fallon, going on tour with Trippie Redd and Nav, and getting in the studio with Pharrell. But again, it's more about what you do with the opportunity.
They doing a lot for me and like teaching me a lot.
That's dope. That's super dope.
I'm getting a lot of game from them.
Although Playboi Carti never even promotes himself, let alone his artists, he has introduced Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely to a whole new audience. And if we're being real, a lot of artists would rather be known as the guy who signed to Playboi Carti rather than never be known at all. You're just taking the risk though that if their label crashes and burns, usually all their artists go down with them. However, not everybody is Kanye West and is gonna randomly decide to quit their own label for no reason. There's definitely exceptions such as Jay-Z and his established Rock Nation, or someone like J. Cole who genuinely cares and wants to see you succeed under Dreamville.
I'm really fans of them.
Yeah.
It's more being a fan of it than it's business.
You may have also noticed that a lot of these rappers starting labels today were once signed to another artist early in their career. From Young Thug first signing to Gucci, Lil Baby signing to Young Thug's YSL, J. Cole was the first artist to ever sign to Jay-Z's Rock Nation, and of course Drake signing to his idol Lil Wayne. But eventually they all just get to that point where they're too big and need to move on. And despite Drake's split from Young Money in 2018 being rather mutual, it isn't always that easy.
I'm always so grateful for those three people, despite, you know, how things may have ended up.
While one could look at a label like Cactus Jack and say that it's a failure due to Sofego and Sheck West, someone else could say that it's a success thanks to Don Toliver. There's definitely pros and cons to weigh before signing to another artist, but as we also saw, that's true for any major label. However, I still don't think I'll be signing to Kanye West anytime soon.
I ain't know J. Cole was the first. I know he hunted. I know he tracked Jay-Z at down to get him the folk, bruh.
Ended up. Well, one could look at a label like Cactus Jack and say that it's a failure due to Sofego and Sheck West. Someone else could say that it's a success thanks to Don Toliver. There's definitely pros and cons to weigh before signing to another artist, but as we also saw, that's true for any major label. However, I still don't think I'll be signing to Kanye West anytime soon.
Damn, son, where'd you find this? That was a very, very informative and informational video, goddamn. I ain't lying, for I fuck that, goddamn. Y'all let send me more videos like that, nigga. I ain't lying. Fuck that shit, goddamn. You know what I'm talking about? But for y'all, drop a comment what y'all want to see next. That's it for this video. I honestly think everything Brian said was right for it. Depending on the artist, fool. Because an artist could be hot coming into a label. That's the reason why a label want to sign his ass. Artists want to sign his ass. Just to either, you know, it just depends on the situation and the time, son. Because you can be somebody that's hot, then you meet somebody that you could be hot for. Then you meet somebody like J. Cole or Jay-Z. Goddamn, then you end up be somebody like Ari Lennox, J. Cole, goddamn, or you can be somebody like Tobago, meet Travis Scott, then do some K. You know what I'm saying? For it's just, or you could be somebody like Young Thug, sign to Gucci, leave Gucci and them goddamn, then blow up on your own as he went with a major. But to each his own, son. I ain't lying. Y'all follow me on the gram at STA KT. I'm see y'all next video, man. Bitch.